Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Cast Pending. On today's episode, we have a very special guest with us today, an old college friend of mine, Will.
How's it going, folks?
Along with us today is Don and Marcus.
Hello.
Cheers, how are you getting on?
So, the first topic of today, in Open and Uncut, is fatherhood, a new dynamic. Will is here to explain what it's like to be a newfound father figure.
Explain. I was under the impression you're going to have questions for me.
Well, I mean, we're white.
Are you not anyway a bit curious? Any gruesome details that you ever
we're
wondered?
curious.
You're curious.
Have they weed in your mouth yet when you're holding them up in the air?
He hasn't weeded my mouth yet, no, but he does get a good body when he's laying flat. So you know, like one of those fighters in Vegas, kind of shoots in the big arch. You can lay him his back. He can clear easily 2.5 feet, and he's only what, half a foot long.
Brilliant.
Like he gets a good projectile going. I'm not gonna lie.
No. Have you had the shit all the way up the back yet?
Some stories there. You know, the poor shy of the last couple of weeks now. He's had the runs. God love him. He's not like he's on express milk, so that's pumping breast milk in a bottle. Yeah. He's a few issues with lashing, so he's on express milk, and it just goes straight through him like water. But recently, his stomach's starting to develop the lineage on the inside, where he can start to solidify stuff, but it's not solid. It's coming out pure water up and at the back.
Jesus.
At the back end as
Wrong
well.
door, wrong door.
I mean, wrong hole altogether. But like it's a bit weird. It's like he's got diarrhea and he's got constipation at the same time. Now I say that is because he's on about 5 feeds a day. He's 150 milliliter bottles, right? 5 times a day, 7 days a week, and there'll be 2 days, and he drinks it all, and nothing coming out for ages at the back end. It'll just be little wheeze here and there. And then I don't know what it is, but he just knows when it's the last feed. He just kind of holds on in, and then he sit for an hour, and he grunt, and he give out. Like he's telling the world to go fuck itself. Like he's like, "Arrgh." Next one, you just hear this big squelch, like a thundering clapping squelch. Like it's enough to make you jump. Like I'd be on the couch relaxed, and he's on this little baby nest next to us, and he's just grunting away for about 40 minutes, an hour. Next all. Like, holy Christ. I mean, I'm not even joking. You actually jump out of your seat. It's just so sudden. And you can hear the relief in him. Just goes, and this shit, right? I'm not, like, you open the nappy, it's still liquid. Like, it's like a pond of brown and orange. And
Orange, Jesus.
It's gone through 3 layers of including the nappy. I mean, it's horrid, and the smell. I don't know how he does it. Like, I mean, man, it's so much. I don't know how it all fits in there. I swear to God, I don't know where he's putting it away. He holds on for 2 days, and then he just explodes every time.
So who is the main nappy changer? Do you have a certain regime, or
we take turns?
That's fair.
Everyone's 50-50.
Yeah.
The only thing is, the way the schedule is, if we space his feeds, I think it's every 4 hours, every 5 hours, 4 hours. So you do like, what is it? So 10 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 6 and 10. So I'd be 4. And then we try, like, I train them early to get a longer sleep during the night.
Wise.
You go for about 7-8 hours a night, then you're up again for about 6 a.m. feed. But because the missus, she's the one pumping, she's the one making all the milk. She's got to do it like every 4 hours, regardless, to keep the supply running. So I'm always the one doing the middle of the night feeds.
Yeah.
But we take turns on nappy Tuesday. But if I'm working the weekends, then she's no other option. It's all on her, like, you know.
Yeah. That's good. At least just alternate.
Starting to wonder now if I ever want kids. Just what I'm after hearing there.
It's saying that. Like it's kind of fun having a kid now. He's technically what they call now the coronials. It's the baby born in the pandemic.
Yes.
Born in disease. So he's now for the rest of his life. Well, we're millennials. You've got Mark there, the Gen X or whatever the hell he is.
Coronials.
And then, so just 20 kids and 21 kids, they're all coronials now, and they will be now for the rest of history. But he's a coronial, and it's kind of weird because we never got to do like baby showers or anything like that. And I didn't get to go to half of the scans because of the COVID. It was only limited to one person. And funny enough, she works in Centre Parks and like the Aqua Sauna. So it's full of ladies. Like I'm talking like 89 ladies, and I think it's about 8 of them are all having kids now as well. Some of them already just a couple of weeks before us, a couple of weeks after. I mean, there's could be a whole crash full of them.
Something in the water, is there?
I just have to say that like anyone that had a conspiracy theory about Bill Gates trying to like ruin the population, the baby boom of the coronavirus is going to be absolutely manic.
Yeah. But it's so many kids, but it's weird because he hasn't seen another baby. You know what I mean? The only faces he knows is ours and his nanny, which lives down the street is her mother. She comes up, and they're the only faces. He's never seen another child apart from looking at the mirror, but he can't comprehend it. He's too young to
That's
comprehend.
mad, though. Do you know?
It's like he's over 2 months old now, and his whole world is the house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We can't really get much. Like the odd time we take him for a wee walk around the village in the buggy, but he falls straight to sleep. Anything that vibrates, he's out for the count. Like so he misses.
That sounds like I was a kid.
Yeah, when my little brothers used to cry, my dad used to take them out in the car, and that used to put them straight to sleep.
The car works wonders. I'm not joking.
Funny, if I ever cried, it was Oasis that stopped me crying. My dad just put on the CD. That's what worked for me.
Doesn't that surprise me?
Very random.
You know you're a younger generation than the rest of us. You know that.
Yeah. It just shows the difference, and it's starting to go back to that again. It's like I was missed. I missed all that.
I'm pretty sure I was nearly starting secondary school by the time you started primary.
Probably, yeah. Say, would have been.
What did you say, 22?
22, 23 this year, yeah. So you would have been.
That's about 7 years. You start primary around 4. I did secondary school at 12. So yeah, just the year before.
Yeah. And we're both in the podcast together. Isn't that unreal?
Now look at you.
After all that.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. Did it right.
So
Jesus.
So let's get this right. So what do you find is the most entertaining part of having a child now?
The entertaining part. That's a tough one. See, my child's been blessed with eyebrows like Amelia Clark.
Damn.
I mean, since he was born, his eyebrows will tell you any expression you want to know. If he wants to look too funny, he can raise his eyebrow, he can squint them up. He pulls the funniest of fucking faces. Like I be feeding him 6 o'clock in the morning. It's still like twilight, kind of dark. I'm feeding him, and he's just kind of one eye half cocked up, and he's looking at me, the eyebrow raised up like the fucking rock. You just enough to say, fuck you think you do, like, you know what I mean? It's just, and I be Mrs. beside me in the bed, she's fast asleep, and I'm there vibrating, wheezing, trying my best not to laugh out loud, wake her up. Child's in my arms, he's shaking, the bottle's made, he's like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Fucking crying, laughing. I think on my Instagram, you can find a few faces. I don't take a lot of photos, but when I take photos, it's when he's doing something stupid. Some photos he's like flipping a bird or something, like he not intentionally, obviously, but like be holding the dodie and the middle finger be in front of his mouth where the dummy is. Or if he changes nappy, he's just doing like the peace out sign and the fingers are going sideways like this, 2 fingers. So China doesn't know he's doing it, like, but I just tears streaming out of my face, laughing. I say the benefit of having a COVID baby is I've got to spend a lot of time alongside him. We both have. She's on maternity leave for next year, but the fact that we can't go anywhere or do anything, it's just 3 of us sitting on the couch. Like he just chill out, we watch TV with us, and I be playing Rocket League with his uncles, and I have the speakers come through the TV, so we sit and just listen to us chat and shite, like calling some random Dutch fella in Rocket League a little virgin or something, you know.
As you do.
As you do. Yeah. It's funny. It's just, what else can you say about it? It's like having a housemate.
Yeah,
it's the best way I can describe it. It's someone
there is the middle finger to.
Oh my god,
Not
so
see this
good.
photo, but that is
Oh,
what he is in
no.
reference to.
That's
Like,
brilliant.
try just mind his own business. He's just sitting listening, and he's very good at studying. If you get close, you look at your face, and you can see him. He look you in the eye, and you can see him moving between both eyes, catch his own reflection, and eyebrows. He'd be looking at your fringe. He really does like
Yeah.
to study.
He'd be taking it in, like.
Oh, he takes everything in. He cannot make a sound, and he just sit and stare at you. I think in the last 2 weeks now, he's starting to the smile now, which normally kicks in around the 6-8 week mark, and we got a couple of videos of that as well. It's just funny. What we do is we get the dummy, and we put it on his nose, his top lip, his bottom lip, his chin, to to the Wii menu music. You know the song, and he loves it every time. Like,
Oh, that's so
every
good.
time. We don't know how that started, but it just came past. The first time he smiled when we did that, and we're like, right, we're stuck with that now. We need him to smile, and he loves it. It's such a weird thing because he don't play the fucking Wii anymore, you know.
Ah, but that's
Oh.
class. That's
And
class.
this child's going to grow up enjoying the song. He has no idea where it came from.
He'll hit 20 and be like, so this is the song that I listened to as a child. Beep. Oh.
It's gonna be like TikTok version fucking 7 or something, and it's just going to come up like a retro meme with that song in the background, and he just click and he go, wait a minute, something just dug up from the fucking graves, like.
Oh, here. That's just it. That's the way it goes. Elite smiles. A child's smile is meant to be the cutest thing. Would you agree?
It's funny. Yeah, it is. Although sometimes, even though they're young, they can still dream. They have nightmares and stuff. When he gets gassy, he also smiles. But see, when he's asleep, he's dreaming, and he gets gassy. He doesn't smile, and then he does it like this little sinister, evil laugh. Like he doesn't know how to laugh properly. He smiles a lot. But see, when he's asleep, and it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, you just hear and this creepy ass smile. Like I mean, like a fucking ear to ear grin. It's enough to wake you up for a lifetime. Like I've only caught him doing like 3 times, and Andrea, she's seen him do it about 4 times. She goes, I hate it when he does it.
It's like he knows when he's just about to go, and just like,
that's why I was saying I know what he's doing. He knows what he's up to.
This will get their attention.
Yeah.
Pink bomb.
Oh, Jesus.
Gas the room out. And so what would you say are your biggest challenges you've faced during becoming a parent?
It's the challenge. It's the patience. It's when he's screaming, crying, and obviously the child's trying to tell you something, but he can't communicate effectively enough to let us know. And it comes to the point when you have a checklist of stuff. So, right, child's crying. What does he need? Does he need the dummy? Put the dummies in to stop crying. Yes, that's good. No. What's next? Check the nappy. Is he wet? No. Is he hungry? No. Does he want to lie in his chest? No. And this can go on. You can go down through the checklist, and you can be out for an hour before you find the solution. And then before you know it, then something else is kicked off. It's feeding time now, and then trying to get him settled. Sometimes he cries because he's tired, but the only one stopping sleeping is himself, and he doesn't comprehend that he can just go to sleep. The fact that he's not asleep.
And they get himself so worked up as well.
Oh, he gets so fucking he gets himself hiccups and everything. Like it's child stupid. You know what I mean? I'm not going to turn and go, oh yeah, he's just a stupid little fucker. You know what I mean? It's children. It's just it's childrendom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There'll be times like he doesn't quite fully grasp how his met works. So this is how the problem with the breastfeeding because he wouldn't latch. His tongue goes fucking 90. If it goes around his mouth, you're like a fucking piranha. But I swear to God, he's just like you know what I mean? It's just like you touch him a dummy and the head's going. It's so funny he does it, but he does this thing with his tongue. He keeps pushing his tongue forward all the time. Even when he's chewing something, and what happens is, but dummy is met, and then 2 seconds the dummy's out because he's accidentally pushed it out, and then he'll start crying because there's no dummy is met.
Yeah.
And then you put the dummy back in, and then
Yeah,
he's crying with the dummy in his mouth, and then you just look away, dummy's on the floor, and this goes on for a half hour. We call it the dummy game. He likes to do this too.
Yeah, it's like a game then after a while.
So you have to have
it's not a very
patience.
fun game because he's crying the whole fucking way through it. He's crying and screaming because there's no dummy in his mouth, and he keeps knocking the dummy out. You know what I mean? It's just that there's no winning, and it really does. It pushes your patience to the limit. Like it gives you such a headache, and it can start around the 4-week period as well. This dummy game thing, and the midwives will tell you the smiling and the giggling and stuff doesn't come in about week 6. So you come to about week 6, you've got no smiles this entire time. The child's just pissing everywhere, shitting everywhere, crying because XYZ, and you're really getting to your limit. And then you get the first smile then with a fucking wee menu music tune, and it just, everything's okay then. You know what I mean? You just forgive the last 6 weeks.
Worth it.
Yeah,
it does, and it's like because you can see the progression now. Because up to that 6-week point, all you see is the progression in his length and how he's growing, because they grow quite quick. But like the way he kind of looks at you for 6 weeks and interacts with everything is the same, and there's no major developments. But when you start to see, you can comprehend and start to laugh, then you see the changes. It makes it all worth it. Definitely.
Yeah, you realise you're doing it right.
Well, you think you're doing it right. This child's gonna be fucked up one way or another somehow down the road.
Jesus.
I mean, look at us, for fuck's sake.
Yes.
That's probably more due to the world than to parenting though.
Yeah.
It's a balance. It's that I wouldn't blame a singular thing on it.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, Will, what are you looking forward to? Like with fatherhood, what are you looking forward to in the future?
I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead. I've just taking it
Take
day
it
by
as
day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because now when I said the child's not planned, I'm not saying it was a total accident. Like we're both 27, and we both agreed that we want to start having kids before we turn 30. So it was going to happen within the next 3 years. It just happened to happen not long after we discussed it. Yeah. And mentally, we were both kind of ready. You know what I mean? We weren't like, we would save our lives or anything. You know what I mean? It was just like, all right, there's a child coming. You know, we'll just take it on a roll. And for 9 months, it always felt like he was there because your missus is pregnant. It's just a massive fucking bump when he's kicking, like, and it's coronavirus. You're on the couch. You're not going anywhere. So it's basically been 3 years for about 9 months, nearly. And then he comes out, and you just kind of act normal because he's always been there, even though he wasn't.
Yeah,
kind of was. It's weird, and you just chill out with him, and like our daily routines hasn't changed that much. It's just kind of added a few extra steps. You know, got to change, got to make a bottle, gotta feed. You know what I mean? Other than that, we still do the same stuff. We watch the shows, we do play PlayStation with brothers. You know what I mean? She has 1 or 2 friends come over. It's the same as always been. You know what I mean? Not much has changed. So I think he's going to be a nightmare when he gets a bit older. No one knows too, because I swear like a sailor. I'm already calling the child a wee cunt. He's lovely wee cunt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're lovely wee cunt, aren't you? You know what I mean? It's just like I do swear a lot. I know point I say a year down the road from now, I'm going to have to stop because he's going to start repeating stuff.
Yeah.
And his nana, who lives down the road, she's a retired school teacher, a primary school teacher of 40 years. And she's in her 60s, but she's still got that look in her eye that, you know, that teacher you don't fuck with.
Yeah.
Like a seasoned teacher.
Yeah,
you just look like,
God.
I'm nearly, like, I'm 28 now in 20 minutes? And I'm scared of this woman. She's the only person I refuse to swear in front of, because it's like she's got look. All she does is just give you that one eye look. You're like, oh fuck. Like she's been retired now for nearly 10 years, but she's still got the fucking look. And the child's going to get a lot of his manners from his nana. But I'm afraid of my life now. He's going to swear in front of her, and I'm going to hear the end of it now in a couple of years.
You'll be blamed.
I'd be shipped back to Ireland. You know,
She'd be coming around with the wooden spoon.
Yeah, but like I think when I first moved over, I swore once or twice accidentally in front of her, and you just kind of see her eyebrow kind of side eye me a wee bit, enough to say don't be cursing around me, because she never swears, and Andrea, now she's same age as us. She said she's never heard her mother swear in 27 years.
That's mad.
For what she's done
That's
in her life.
crazy.
You know what I mean? She just does not swear. She does not like it.
I swear like a trooper as well, man.
Like a sailor, like a fucking sailor, man.
Yeah.
And I know you're just as bad over there, Smiles.
Every second word out of my mouth is a curse word. It's very, very simple.
Yeah,
But,
that's one of the challenges I'm not looking forward to when I do have kids myself, having to watch my language and pay close attention to the words that I say around my child.
I mean, like, when a child goes to school, then obviously, if the child doesn't agree with another child, he's going to turn around and tell the child to fuck off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And of course, he's going to say it in front of a teacher. And the teacher's going to want to talk to the parents. And then Andrew's going to turn around to me and go, "That's your fault. You're going in." You know what I mean? So I have to go in. I have to find out the situation. And I know 9 times out of 10, the child said it correctly. He was being an arsehole. You know what I mean? But I got to discipline the child for telling it on the fuck off.
Yeah.
Something I shouldn't have been doing. You know what I mean? It's just, it's going to be tough. I don't know how I'm going to keep a straight face.
I could see this happening. I could see a parent-teacher meeting coming along in Will's future, and it's just like, William, your son has cursed in front of the class. He cursed out at the teacher, myself actually. How are you going to deal with this? And I could just see Will turning to her and just going, "Well, fucking done, boy. Well, fucking done."
I'm considering putting on a travel accident in case it comes, because there is a travel community just down the street. They've been here for years. And when I say community, there's about 20, 30 chalets. They have a whole gated community.
Oh, cool.
And they go to local school as well. So if I just go in and just put on a very thick travel accident, they might just turn a blind eye and just say, the child's getting touched, you know?
Yeah. Fuck it, why not?
Yeah, if it gets me off the hook.
That's it.
No, I don't say that. No, I've met a couple from the community. They're sound people. They've never caused trouble. And, you know what I mean? I'd happily sit and have a drink with any one of them. You know.
That's it. There's a good few around here as well. Like,
I've only had bad experiences with travelers, to be honest.
Irish travelers or Romani or
no Irish travelers.
Irish travelers, okay.
Like, I'm not against them as a whole, but you know, I just be wary.
Oh yeah. You know, stay safe and shit.
Yeah.
But hey, you know, that's it. But so that's Will has a plan. He doesn't realize it, but he does. And with every question that we kind of pass his way, he's just like, "Oh no, I'll do this and I'll do that, and this will happen."
I'll try this. I won't necessarily do it.
Give it a go.
You could ask me the same question a year, and you could have a totally different answer. It's just that's what I'm thinking now.
That is true.
And how would you say, what massive changes are there now in your life from now to before you had the baby?
Compared to like being like without child, with child.
Your tolerance for gross stuff really fucking drops. It's weird. Like before kid, you know what I mean? Just anything that gross shit, like fucking seeing a floater in the toilet or a raw frog or some shit. You know what I mean? It's just like seeing our babies getting changed that are not yours before you have a child of your own, and people are asking you to carry the nappy to the bin or something. As a kid, you're like, "Oh, that's rotten." You know what I mean? Then when it comes to your own kid who pisses and shits fucking 7 times a day, you just kind of get on with it. It's second nature. You can do it. Your eyes closed and you don't care. Your grotesque tolerance drops dramatically. But in saying that, if someone else come up to me with a child the same age as my own and ask me to change their child, not a fucking hope. That's just weird. That's just weird. I would never ask another individual who was not related to change my child. And if anyone ever asked me to change their fucking child, not a hope. That's just weird.
All right, that's it, everyone. Leave Will alone. He's not changing your child.
No, I like my cousins are having kids, and I wouldn't even change their children if they asked. That's the line's gone too far at that point. You know what I mean? It's just it's direct grandparents and brothers. That's about it. You know what I mean? But no, that's
fair.
Your grotesque meter just comes back up just to shield you from that. You know what I mean? But your child, you don't care. You could puke over your shit down your leg, fine. Your child, no. The walls are back up. Don't even come near me.
This having a child thing is a completely different dynamic to what I was expecting.
Oh, like it throws you all sorts. I say the weirdest realization is the parents. My parents got across. Obviously, this is their very first grandchild, so they're super excited. They came over. When was it? It was last month. Go for a weekend. It was weird sitting in my own house after spending 23 years under their roof. My brothers growing up, and then seeing all my uncles and aunties having kids and stuff. And me being the oldest out of all my cousins, it's now the first line of a new generation. And it's me, my own house, my kid, and having my parents there. But they don't feel like my parents anymore. They're the child's grandparents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm the middleman now.
Yeah, they're not your parents anymore. You've
I don't
lost
see
them.
them as the folks that, my house, my rules. You know what I mean? They're the ones that put me through school. It's just like, this is an extension now of my own little close-knit family here, which is me, Andrea, and Fionn. You know what I mean? It's weird. You see your own parents in a different like that.
See, my nan, she was quite funny. She was a funny lady, but like she'd always give us grandkids stuff, sweets and all that,
Oh
and
yeah.
a bit of money. And my dad one day was like, "What about me?" And she said, "Son, you might be my son, but they're my grandkids."
Yeah, that's
Get out
fair.
the fucking way.
I think your parents get more sympathetic towards grandkids.
Yeah.
I'm more relaxed about them because they know they don't have to look after this child 24/7.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They've done their time. You know, my parents have had 4 kids. You know what I mean? They've done the fucking years and years of nappies.
And they love giving them sweets too, don't they?
And the whole lot. You know what I mean? It's just it's like having a kid that you don't have to be responsible for. You know, that's what a grandkid is.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's like, this is kind of my child. I can love it to death, do the whole lot, and I can just give him back to the parents and just go home to my own bed in my own quiet house. You know what I mean? It's a child that's yours, but not yours.
Yeah, that's the best
thing.
thing.
It definitely switches up the dynamic in that sense, and you see your parents in a different way.
Yeah. So, Will, you say you're home. Are you still living in Ireland, or are you away, or?
No, I'm in England.
Ah,
year and a half. I moved over here just before the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
I think before the pandemic, I got home for a month, and then I was working in Russell's back in Dundalk. But before that, I was in Canada for 2 years, and then Australia for a year before that. So I haven't been living at home properly in about 5 years now.
Yeah. No, I recall you traveling, all right. Yeah. Sorry, Don.
I got 3 questions now.
No, sorry, go on, Simon.
No. I interrupted. Go on.
Also,
I was just asking whereabouts in England you are.
So I'm in Nottinghamshire, next to Yorkshire. So North Midlands mainly.
And how you finding it?
It's quiet because in Canada and Australia, I lived in cities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And before that, in Ireland, I was out in the country in the middle of nowhere, like just a country lane, one house on the side, and that was it for about a mile. But here, it's a nice little village. Andrea, she lived here all of her life, and it's kind of like it's a pensioner village. You know what I mean? Place full of pensioners. It's quiet. You've got the Travis in the chalets. It's peaceful.
I like
nice change up from the city. It's a nice close knit community. Like,
that's nice.
I think the added bonus is no one really knows me as well. Because
that's always nice.
As soon as I graduated properly out of college, I was in the first fucking flight gone. I hated Dundalk because Don and Mark, have you been in Dundalk or studied in Dundalk? No,
I've been in Dundalk. I haven't studied there.
But Simon's got a touch of it. But when you grow up there and you live there, it's definitely a town that pulls you down. It's a very, very toxic town. Everyone knows everyone's business. Nothing's fucking secret. It just rots you to the core. It's such a sad town. I remember how many years in college was it? 6 years. I seen people come from Cork and Galway and they're nicest people, and then after a year or two living in accommodation in Dundalk and getting mixed in with the locals and stuff, it became awful people. You know what I mean? And the flunk out and stuff, and I couldn't stand the town. I hate it.
That I didn't do. A year in there, I got in and I never did it, so I'm glad now.
Like my whole family, they're all from Dundalk. You know what I mean? I'm not saying they're the bad part of it. It's just I think it was very much our generation kind of thing.
Yeah.
When I grew
Small
up,
town mentality, is
just
it?
nothing was sacred, and obviously with your parents, the parents kind of grew up old school. All the streets were fucking around the corner. You didn't know anyone out of the town, so all the parents know each other as well. So if you get mixed in with the wrong person, their parent talk to your parent, and they'd be able to tell you your whole fucking family history, and sure, nothing was secret.
Yeah.
No secret, and then there's fucking bullying and everything on top of that, and it just not nice. It's not nice. So it's nice to be in a village where nobody knows me. Not that there's anything fucking bad about my history.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. We've all done stupid shit, but it's nice not having to see faces and remember stupid shit you've done as a teenager. Or fucking someone recognize you and then they didn't like you at 15 because of something you did, and you're in your 30s and they still give you the dirty looks. You know what I'm saying? You're still like, there's so many people that they're just sucked in that town. They're stuck there. They're never going to go anywhere. The rest of life, their family, it's all going to be in the dark. They're never going to go traveling. They're just going to do the typical towny thing, and that's the bottom of life. That's the peak. You know what I mean? The peak.
Yeah, small town mentality.
I wouldn't mind. It's not even a small town. It's like one of the biggest towns in all of Ireland.
It really is.
You know what I mean? It's just, and they're stuck there. It's a word I always plays. It's stuck. You're stuck there. Like if you're a kid, fucking young age, then all your finances are gone and everything. Just stuck. Fucking stuck.
Well, it sounds like you've done a fair bit of travelling.
I told you as soon as I could, I was gone.
Oh, Will jumped on the plane as soon as he got out of college.
Went straight to Australia. I didn't coast to coast. Where was the favorite place? Melbourne. It's quite nice.
Melbourne.
Oh.
Melbourne. Melbourne is like the Galway of Australia. Student central. Big art stuff. Like if you want to go in, like all the street art and stuff, like there's that much of it that they've got like paid tours to walk around the city and see all the wee alleyways as well, the famous street arts and stuff. It's got lovely museum, there's like zoos and stuff. It's all beautiful. They've got I don't know if you know much about Australian history, but there's a story of an old Irish gangster. I can't remember the year. His name was Ned Kelly.
Ned Kelly, yeah.
Yes.
Ned Kelly. Do you know Ned Kelly?
We've heard the story of Ned Kelly.
So you see Ned Kelly, the Irish gangster. He made the suit of armor out of plate metal.
That's right, yeah.
Like old medieval style, and put a duster jacket on and took out like a dozen and a half coppers before it was gone down. In the museum in the middle of Melbourne City, they have the metal armor he made in a case.
Oh, that's awesome.
They have like it's a case, it's for and the duster jacket, and they've got
cool as fuck.
a cast, like a mold cast of his head on his autopsy, so you can see his head.
That's mad.
And like it was cool. The whole history, like it's really cool because I've been in Perth and Sydney as well. And if you go to like the souvenir stores, you can get like little iron casts, Ned Kelly figurines and stuff. Like he's a fucking like superstar. So it must be in 1800s or something. But yeah, like very, very popular. But Melbourne is where you can get most of that history, and then seeing street art. And it's such a colourful town as well. And you've got lovely bar scenes. Couldn't go wrong.
Yeah, I spoke to someone else who. Go on, sorry.
We have a travel destination now. We've been given the confirmation here from Will to Melbourne's the next spot.
Melbourne.
Melbourne's nice. And then if you go to Melbourne, take a trip to anywhere in New Zealand. If you go from Australia straight to New Zealand, it's night and day. Very, very night and day. I find Australia as lovely as one or two places are. There's still very backwards. Still very much in the 90s.
The best way to describe it.
Yeah, so the like catcalling, racism, like 90s haircuts, they're all still a big fucking thing there.
That's so weird.
They're very, very backwards. And then if you go to New Zealand, with the Kiwis and stuff, even the scenery, like if you go to New Zealand, you expect to be like the same, like kind of outback, kind of Australian kind of climate. Absolutely not.
You see, I'd like to go to New Zealand because
it's got like valleys and snow-topped mountains, the whole lot, and lush forests. Like it's complete 180 compared to their neighbours.
Yeah, I always wanted to go there for the scenery because of the Lord of the Rings.
That's right, Lord of the Rings is there. Like it's just you wouldn't think they're on the same plane on the equator.
Yeah,
next to Australia, like you know what I mean?
That's madness, though. It's crazy that they're so different.
Definitely. Yeah, and the Kiwis are so lovely.
Different people altogether, are they?
Oh, 100%. Like if you call them Australian, they take offence to that.
Right. I had a Kiwi teacher in primary school, and she was an absolute bitch. She used to hit. No, like I know that sounds horrible and it sounds over the top, but she was a bitch. She used to hit you on the knuckles with a ruler.
That's old school.
Wasn't that?
Yeah, that's old school.
That's like Catholic priest old school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sitting there thinking to myself when she's doing this, you surely aren't allowed to do this.
I could
What can you do?
I could see you like what 8-year-old Dawn going, surely you're not allowed to do this. This is
I'm not
child abuse.
I won't lie to you. I probably deserved it. I was a little bastard, but you know, she probably still wasn't allowed to do it.
Mad. Right. We're down to our last 3 minutes. Lads, it's
3
been an
minutes.
absolute pleasure.
As always, it has. It's been great hearing your stories of fatherhood, Will.
I've got more stories of my travels. Like, I feel like we only touched on one topic.
Yeah,
don't worry.
You're welcome to come back.
Yeah.
I'm still got free time, man.
We'll have you on again and we can hear all about your travels around the world.
That sounds like a plan. Sounds like a deal.
If you have more of the stories, just get them on.
I got some raunchy stories from Australia. I can tell you definitely.
Happy
I
days.
we got what, 3 minutes left? 2 minutes? Right. I'll give you a quick teaser story, right? So it was, where was I? I was in Sydney and I just landed from Melbourne and there was this bar called Tattlers that was hiring. It was like a cellar bar, very, very, very private, exclusive club, members only. But the members they have were like high-end corporate CEOs, so it was like $1,000 to have a membership. And it was their opening night. So I got roped in with a couple of these other people. And just do it away. Just you know, cracking on job. So I'm out on the patio, have a barbecue going for all these high-end CEOs. And the owner, his name was Joe. And a lot of people, customers come up to him going, where's Joe? Where's Joe? And no one's seen him for an hour. I was like, I don't know where he's gone. So next of all, the side gate opens up. It's supposed to be locked entirely, but it just swings open, just bump, swings open, and here comes Joe walking through, the biggest fucking grin on his face, ear to ear. Behind him are 2 Brazilian belly dancers, fucking kitted out to the lines, kitted out, and everyone just like stopped drinking, jaw dropped, going, holy fuck! I mean, don't get me wrong, beautiful ladies come in, big head fans, the whole lot, the fucking beads hanging off the rod, everything. And they were there for hours. It was fucking nuts. And then that went on for a couple of hours. And then on the same night, it's probably the craziest part of the story. Now, how many of us? There's just 5 of us. Now, the rest were all mid-20s, late 20s. There's one kid, he's 17. So we closed up, and the bouncer, he's down the stairs. He's chatting to Joe at the back, having a smoke. And the bouncer forgot to lock the door down. So this woman comes trotting down. It's like fucking 3 a.m. or something. And I'm there sweeping floors. She goes, hi, my name is Bella. I'm a stripper. I know Joe. Can I have a drink? So me and this other fella, Connor, just stopped and looked at each other going, let me see if I can find him. So anyways, Connor went up to the cocktail bar, made a drink, and I went out smoking. I was like, Joe, there's a stripper here for you. And his face fucking dropped. He goes, oh, I know who it is. He goes, it's my neighbor. He's like enough to say, oh, fuck, he was like, he's my neighbor. She never leaves me alone. And I was like, well, she's here. She's after the drink. She said, she know you, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, he's in? She's in? I was like, yeah, she just strolled down the stairs. And he turned around the bench and gave out to the fucking bouncer.